Now to a CBS Atlanta exclusive investigation into what caused 3 boys in Georgia to die following routine medical procedures. All 3 of them died within a month of each other in a string of bizarre deaths. CBS Atlanta's chief investigative reporter Wendy Saltzman asks the tough question tonight: how could a trip to the dentist turn deadly?
These grieving families are speaking out for the first time, only to us, to share their emotional stories as a warning to other parents. 3 boys ranging in age from 14 to 21 all died after having their wisdom teeth pulled. Although this may seem unusual, dental deaths are more common than you might imagine.
He was the baby. I miss him terribly.
The pain is raw 4 months after 3 Georgia boys lost their lives.
I went in his bedroom and I saw him kind of face down.
The tears shared among these families tell a horrible story.
He didn't answer the door when I knocked, and so I just decided to go in, and that's when I found him.
This is where we spend most of our time these days.
They're in shock, now speaking up to warn others of the dangers they say they were never told about.
You don't want to go through what we went through. There's too many kids dying out there.
14-year-old Ben Ellis was known for his beautiful smile.
And that's how I got now, is his pictures.
We got pictures, but we don't have our son.
His wisdom teeth were removed on December 7th of last year.
We had a Jell-O that night and a little bit of ice cream. And we just watched TV, until bedtime.
But 16 hours later, Ben was dead.
I went in to get him up. And there he was, in the bed.
He was laying on his stomach and with his head on a pillow, and I rolled him on over, and I knowed something was wrong.
It was a similar story for Lisa and Ronald Robinson.
That's the first thing they came out and said, no, the surgery went well.
Marcellus Robinson was born with cerebral palsy.
This is the laugh I'm talking about.
A joy, as his parents described him, whose life was cut short.
A family should be informed that there is a possibility that your child might not wake up.
3 days after Marcellius's surgery, his parents found him in his bed. His lips were blue. He was already dead.
And the blood was so dark when we were administering CPR. The blood and the stuff was coming out of him was almost as black as this cloth I got in my hand.
I screamed out, basically. I screamed out, like he was gone.
19-year-old basketball star Jerry Coleman died too, but his death was ruled a reaction to penicillin.
He had a heart for people. He was always trying to help, always giving.
The patient could develop a postoperative infection which could lead to fatality.
Dental expert Dr. Crystal Baxter says infections are one of the leading causes of dental deaths.
You get swelling of the brain, and then you get either brain damage or brain death.
But right now, there's still no conclusion about what caused Ellis and Robinson to die.
He growed up here, and now he'll spend the rest of the time here.
We tried to get a response from the doctors involved, but only the Robinsons responded, saying, while we are waiting on an official finding on the cause of death, our own review of this case indicates Mr. Robinson received appropriate care from Emory. We've posted more of these families' emotional interviews and what parents can do to protect their children online at cbsatlanta.com. I'm Wendy Saltzman, CBS Atlanta News.